Should old acquaintance be forgot and never brought to mind? Should old acquaintance be forgot and all anxiety? For all anxiety, my dear, for all anxiety, we'll take a cup of kindness, yet for all anxiety.
No one ever knew just what would be delayed. But they said God to see us, baby. You call me up from a payphone. You said ain't time I can drive you home. I pulled on up with a southern accent. I offered you my last leather jacket. At a party, she ghosted for work. Complained at the regulars, all a bunch of junk. She always looked tired, she dazzled as a drunk. She even hold on, this stupid girl. She said, I don't need a sponsor or the best love. This fantasy's me, something to love. And that's who he is, and I'm running for God. I'm trying to sleep, so I can visit my mother. Yeah. You call me up from a payphone. Said ain't tired, I can drive you home. Pull on up with a southern accent. I offered you my last leather jacket. Times get tough in the West End. Never knew how to interfere. Now you're back, just unpacking. Bruised up taker to keep on scratching. September, when it goes on like some goddamn alone. But it hits us like a third shot. Gotta say so, just stay on. It's no longer a forced calling.
Thank you. That's fantastic.
I'll be there waiting for you.
classes, dialogues, keynotes, and connections series. So please check us out for the rest of the week. But today, of course, we're here to celebrate Canadian producers. So I'd like to turn it over to our good friends at the CMPA.
Thank you, Lynn. So I want to quickly say thank you to everyone for being here. My name is Andrew Addison. I'm Vice President of Marketing and Communications at the CMPA. Selfishly, I wanted to get on the podium because I'm new in the role and I thought people should put a face to the name. So I've accomplished that, and now my time is up. What I really am here to do is to introduce our President and CEO, Reynolds Maston, and he's going to come up and talk a little bit about the importance of the arts to Canada, feature film producers, and really the great, bright future we see in front of us. So everyone, please help me welcome Reynolds to the podium.
Thank you very much for that warm introduction and equally warm welcome and bienvenue and on you to everyone here. And I have to tell you, it's truly gratifying to see so many people here today. I think it's a testament to how this event has become an integral part of the festival calendar. You might even call it our own TIFF tradition. We're honored that the presentation of the CMPA Feature Film Award has marked the beginning of this festival for 11 years running. Of course, the coffee, and of course, the movies. Sometimes when we get caught up in the collective buzz that engulfs the city, we forget that first and foremost, TIFF is about the celebration of cinema. That it provides us with an opportunity to lose ourselves in someone else's story. And what has become increasingly rare in our multi-device lives, to do it together in communion with each other. And thanks to the vision and passion of Cameron Bailey, TIFF's Artistic Director, as well as the entire TIFF team, we'll once again have much to celebrate over the next 10 days. And so Cameron, my hat is off to you and your team for the extraordinary contribution that you make to this city and to our industry and to the country as a whole. Shine on our own homegrown talent. It's one of those rare times when we shed that trademark Canadian modesty and proudly boast about the great productions that are coming out of our country. With this in mind, I'm going to encourage all of you to check out our inaugural TIFF issue of Indie Screen magazine. This is the CMPA's definitive guide to the world-class content being created by Canada's independent producers. And I want to give a special shout out to Lyric Bent, who graces the cover of this issue and has joined us here today. A few months ago, we were at our next meeting, and suddenly our editorial staff tripled in size, though I'm sure they were all there just to read the articles. And the interview Lyric gives for the magazine is a truly great one. He's an artist who wears the make-believe on his heart and on his sleeve, and who actively promotes Brand Canada as an integral part of his own professional brand. And the biggest beneficiaries of that are Canadian and international audiences. And everyone would agree after that unforgettable performance in the Book of Negroes. And we're all equally excited, Lyric, to see you in Shoot the Messenger, produced by the eminently accomplished Jennifer Holness inside Sutherland, being broadcast by CBC this fall, and I'm proud to say, is a 10 out of 10 Canadian production. I'm very excited to announce that we have expanded the CMPA Feature Film Awards to now have 2 categories. The first, that you're all familiar with, is our Established Producer Award, which recognizes the extraordinary achievements and full breadth of work of an industry veteran. And now we have our new Emerging Producer Award, which recognizes the talent of an up-and-coming producer with a promising career ahead of them. Now, the Emerging Producer Award is really just a natural extension of the CMPA's ongoing commitment to nurturing the development of the next generation of filmmakers. In fact, some of the current interns of our national mentorship program are here this afternoon, as are students from a number of film and television programs at post-secondary schools from across the GTA. And so I want to extend an especially warm welcome to you, not just to this event, but to our entire industry. And I would encourage you to take a deep breath and introduce yourself to some of the industry veterans who are here today. And if you're lucky, they'll even tell you a few war stories, many of which will be mostly true. And regardless, I'm sure that they'll all tell you that no matter what the obstacles, no matter how many the naysayers, job number one is just to show up. Because if you show up, great things can happen, like attending the CMPA Feature Film Awards. It should be where the country already is. It's that whole, it's 2016 thing. We've made significant strides, but we're not there yet. So we need to take a page from that now classic film, Atanojuat, the Fast Runner. You remember that movie and the sensation it caused 15 years ago? Produced by the production company Iglulik Suma, it was directed by Inuk filmmaker Zacharias Canuck and shot entirely in the Inuktitut language, and it went on to win TIFF's Canadian Feature Film Award and the Canada Dog Prize at Cannes, and received perhaps unprecedented global critical acclaim. The New York Times hailed it as a masterpiece. Maclean said it was the movie of the decade. It's groundbreaking. You might even say thunder-breaking films like Atanojuat, the Fast Runner, that become Canada's gift to world cinema, if they get made in the first place. So, we as an industry have to run, and we have to run fast to catch up with the visions of emerging filmmakers who will take this art form that we love to the next level and beyond. Now, before
80 feature films tops. Our Canadian Features programmers now see 275 feature films made in Canada every year. We're applauding, that's spare thought for Stephen Nagley, who watched 275 Canadian films every year. It's not always easy. And we depend on their expertise, their knowledge, and ultimately their passion for Canadian movies in finding what they feel are the films that have to be seen by our audience here at the festival. It's a tougher and tougher job to do because we're choosing from a larger and larger number of features every year. I'm sure many of you in this room have had films invited into TIFF and felt that euphoria, and have also had films not invited in the festival, and I know that's hard as well. What is good, though, is that there's a very strong, thriving film industry in this country. That's what we're really, really proud of. And you are all contributing to that. So thank you for that. I want to thank the CMPA for being a part of our festival every year and helping us kick it off. Last year at the festival, the CMPA Producers Award was won, as Reynolds said, by a man who is a legend in the Canadian film industry, and I'm very pleased that he's here to announce the winner of the 2016 award. Please join me in welcoming Robert Lento.
Hello, and thank you, Cameron. So this was this is kind of jury duty that I actually don't envy, because you're judging your peers, for whom I and the entire jury has a tremendous amount of respect for all of those who are nominated. So let me start with the first award, which is the established producer. There were 5 nominees, and all of them have an impressive body of work behind them. All of them have films at TIFF that were selected for very good reason. And so they're all deserving of this award. But since we were told that we had to limit it to just one, my pleasure to announce, I don't actually see him in the audience, but and I declare that he's a good friend up front, so, but that the award goes to Roger Frappier. not getting this for the first time. Well, but not the last.
Well, such a surprise. I'd like to thank the CMPA for sure, and also all my fellows producer nominee. I know how difficult a job is. To be a producer, I think the most rewarding thing is to work with great director, and I've been really fortunate since the beginning to work from Denis Arcand, Jean-Claude Lauzon to Kim Nguyen, and now with François Girard. And it's like a tennis game. I mean, they're just a little bit better than you, but they elevate your work to them. So it's really a fantastic way of working with filmmakers. We can overturn the percentage. So let's have 70% of movies directed by women and 30 by men. So in 10 years, it will be 50-50. So I say that because I have really had, like I said, in my experience over the year, a tougher way of being able to put women project together, and I sincerely hope it will be changing. The last thing I want to say is that we have a new government, and cinema is not only profitable culturally, it's also a great economic tool, you know. It's the most creative job industry that we can have. I mean, government invests billions of dollars in all kinds of industry, and so little comparatively to the cinema. And I sincerely hope that we will have more possibility, because the Canadian cinema and the Quebec cinema are really at the peak at the moment, and we don't want to get under it. So thank you, everybody.
Is the Emerging Producer Award. Now, here, the decision was even tougher. There were so many deserving films and so many deserving producers, but here, unlike the Established Producer Award, really is based not only on the film currently at TIFF, but on a lifetime of work. This award, it was more driven by the current film. And it goes to a producer whose name I may have difficulty pronouncing, but somebody who I've never met, and I tell you that Quebec is doing exceptionally well here. It goes to Annie Huichot.
I will be brief because I'm a bit nervous and I haven't slept for the last 48 hours. So I'll try to just make some sense. I want to thank the CMPA and Mr. Landros. It's a great honor to receive this prize. So I take that like an encouragement to work harder in the coming years. Thank you very much. And lastly, I want to share this prize with my partner in life and girlfriend, Sophie.